it's about that time to randomly relate reverse ranch hate show. Y'all saw it, scheduled for October or November. David Morrell versus David Benavides. Now, I understand why there are a lot of people saying that they wasn't really quite ready for that fight, because the truth of the matter is they would have rather seen Benavides versus Canelo. And for some, Morrell versus Canelo. But they look at it more like either one of them, mainly Benavides, fighting Canelo, beating him, and Morrell and Benavides becoming rivalries. So, look, this is what you sign up for, right? I salute David Morrell because he only has I think 9 or 10 pro fights, and he's willing to step up and fight against Benavides, whereas Canelo didn't. Let's just say it like it is, okay? And, for the people that just keep making fools out of themselves, trying to make a case that, David Benavides didn't really want to fight Canelo. They made a fake, bogus $50 million offer because they knew they had a 3-fight deal on the table. You guys are just you're trying to convince yourselves, or you're on crack. Benavides has been trying to fight Canelo for the longest. Stop with the capping, okay? Not to mention, I had people bringing up Charlo's name as part of that 3-fight deal. Well, from what I'm understanding, I actually went on Charlo's Twitter, and Charlo has a picture of his face and Canelo's face, and that they're basically saying that they're looking for this fight to happen in September. Now, how could Charlo possibly, just think about this, even if Charlo is a part of that deal, just say, which I really don't care, but let's say if he lost to Canelo, why would Benavides want to then go and fight Charlo? Okay, so just saying, this is a deal they give you, and all parties have to be involved. They all have to agree. You can't just force somebody to do something without their consent. So at the end of the day, it all makes no sense. It doesn't matter. All this is just nonsense. The reality is, for Charlo, if he fights Canelo, well, people have already heard even Eddie Hearn say, if that fight does happen, he really doesn't expect Charlo to really look good and really do well against Canelo in that fight, because Charlo hasn't fought in 2 years. Which is why, between Morrell or Benavides, Canelo would feel way more comfortable against Charlo just in that scenario, because, well, he's probably not going to be the same. More than anything, okay? We don't want to hear the, I'm Mexican, Benavides is Mexican nonsense. And basically, he'd say Morrell hasn't done anything. He only has 9 fights, whatever. But the thing is, Morrell is I think, WBO mandatory. And, Benavides is WBC mandatory. But somehow, those fights are not happening. He's trying to fight, with Badu Jack, and that didn't go through. So now Charlo comes up. So the same way, Morrell had options in case the fact that Canelo didn't comply. Well, let's look at it, okay? We heard Canelo and Badu Jack was 90% done by the time that news was leaked, and that didn't go through. So now all of a sudden, out of nowhere, him and Charlo for September. So what's so different about it? That's all. $50 million for Canelo. If he doesn't comply, for whatever reason, this is what your other options are. And that's all that was. And it's man, you guys are just pathetic with these excuses. So, I would rather have seen Benavides and Canelo, or Morrell and Canelo, but preferably myself, Benavides as well. So I understand that, but I also said a couple of videos ago that Benavides and Morrell, these guys may have to just start eliminating each other. Get to the point where it's look, Canelo, you have nowhere else to go. I've beaten everybody else. Okay, why are you fighting my leftovers? You guys know, I just said that a couple of videos ago. And that's what it comes down to. Your legacies, your careers have to go forward. You can't put your career on hold, hoping that you're gonna finally get that Canelo fight. It's just not really necessary or worth it. Because you don't get that. And in the meantime, you're just putting everything on hold, and you may not get that fight. And then things just don't happen at your convenience. So This is why it's good to be in shape, stay sharp, and just keep focused. But this is a good fight. I believe it's a good fight, and pretty much, these are things that we need to happen. So we have had some good fights coming on in 2023, and then this is another one. So hopefully it is a banger, and hopefully that the winner does get a Canelo, or a Charlo, or whoever is worthy to step up. Because to be honest with you, the same way that the fighters are tired of talking about Canelo versus Benavides, or Charlo versus Andre, or just fights that's been talked about but nothing has ever happened. People are just getting tired overall of waiting for Canelo to fight anyone that's worthy outside of his fanboys. Because, like I said, this is not about hate for Canelo. This is just reality. If you are a champion, you have to step up to the plate. And that's for any champion, not just Canelo. Any title holder calling yourself a champion, you should want to clean out your division. You should want to be able to say, I beat everybody here at this division. Especially a guy that has immunity through some invisible duck title that allows him to go up and down in weight. Especially someone like that. So, at the end of the day, y'all, I'm looking forward to the fight. And I think Morrell and Benavides is a good fight. Whether it goes a distance, whether it's a KO or TKO, whatever happens, I think that's a good fight. Anyway, it is what it is, and there's no need to worry about what could have been or should have been. We know what we wanted, what we preferred, and it is what it is. But I'm not mad at this fight. The whole thing about this fight, though, is just the point of more than likely Canelo won't wind up fighting both guys. More than likely down the road, looking at his age and their ages, and regardless, it is what it is. But I just don't see how a champion want to yell out that they'll fight anybody, but they're the ones making excuses as to why they won't fight certain guys. Right? I'll fight anybody. No, you won't. Not when you're the one saying, I won't fight him because he's Mexican. I won't fight Demetrius Andre because he's a horrible fighter. He's done nothing. I won't fight Benavides because the other reason is that he's Mexican and he's done nothing. He only fought one champion. But I fought John Ryder, who Benavides would destroy. And John Ryder, nice guy and all, has done much of nothing. Okay? Plain and simple. So, either way, I'm looking forward to that fight. Talk to me in the comment section, y'all. What y'all think about Benavides and Morrell. Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings hate out of people, and I will catch y'all on the next video.